To staying with us. So we found a tweet from Senator Shehu Sani asking why African young boys marry European grandmoms, but don't want to marry African grandmoms. And his tweet sparked conversations online. And we just wanted to hear your thoughts. Now, the reason why many young boys marry European old women or grandmoms, obviously, many of them is for citizenship, green card issues. Many of that happens. Or it could be other reasons. It could be real love. You never know. But the real conversation I want to have here is why is it so difficult for young African men to see beautiful grandmas and have a problem getting married to them or falling in love with them? Especially now, today, where 60 is the new 50. A lot of 50-year-olds now are looking 40.
Actually.
Yeah. You know, a lot of 60-year-olds are looking 40, they're looking 50, they're looking very young.
Yeah.
40-year-olds are looking 30.
Yeah.
You know, I don't look 40, you know? You know,
Yeah, you don't?
I don't look 40, you know? Yeah.
If you must blow your trumpet.
25.
So, yeah. So everybody's hustling to lose weight, to look good, to do their spa, to look great. You see YK, you don't look 60, you look nothing like 60. So a lot of young people are saying, you know what? I could do you know, but we grandmas here are not interested, or even the young boys are finding it difficult because society will judge them. What are your thoughts on this?
I don't know. This one reply, it says, make I marry African grandma from them, make they relocate me from Lagos to Kogi.
Nigerians are too funny.
So comments. So they are like, so
what's the benefit?
What's the benefit?
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. Because young men...
YK, have you ever been toasted before?
Yeah, young men have toasted me now.
Really? What do they
and
say?
I find it very amusing.
What do they say
Why
exactly?
you first tell me, what do they look like? Like,
They are men. They are...
No, as in, what do they look like? They
Like,
look rich,
are they
young,
like braided guys with
six-pack,
sagging or
suits?
Why the two of you so?
Tell us now, give us a description.
Different ones, they're different ones, and they will be toasting you, and you'll be looking, please come, I can be your mother.
yeah, like what
Or
do they
your
say to you?
grandmother.
What do they say to you?
I just find it amusing.
What do they say?
What are the kind of how do they? What are the words that they
Is it
say
like a
when they say?
spec?
No.
Is it like a spec?
Chokwe, please, let's just find out first. When they approach you for the toasting, what do they say?
Like they give her angles.
What are the words?
Like, what are the words? What do they?
You can't remember.
Please.
Why are you putting your hand?
She's they're blushing.
No, I'm just like, I can't, you know, for me, if a young boy
Okay, you know what?
chases
I'll
me,
give you a moment
it's very
to
amusing.
remember.
Do they go like hot mama?
No,
Like the
no, I
way
don't
you
think
look?
so.
Or
They whack it
or
power.
they send you a proper text and say, I know you may think my
They,
age is
they,
a
they,
bit-"
they can even toast you on
One-on-one.
One-on-one. They, Mama, come now. I see you come. Come. Me and you know be mate. Leave that one.
Okay.
Theo is watching you.
Please, you don't want to scatter what is at home. But, you know, Shehu knows the reason Nigerians marry those older women abroad. It's usually for documentation. But there are there are few exceptions to that story where Nigerian young men marry older Caucasians, and it has nothing to do with the Nigerian is documented. He just fell in love with this older person. Very few, but majority is documentation. But in Nigeria, our older women are very spiritual, and they are very, like our older women are taking care of they are married to Jesus, taking care of their grandchildren. They're looking at themselves like,
eyes
what
on
am I
God.
looking for again? You know, if you ask that 65-year-old woman that maybe she just became widowed, or 70-year-old woman that just became widowed, she'll be like, what am I looking for in a man? Let me just be taking care of my children and grandchildren. That's the mindset of majority of those people in their city.
But should it change?
It is already changing. If you look at our 50-something-year-olds now, the 50 is young. The 50s are dating 40-something, 30-something, and they don't have any problem with it.
Yeah.
And most likely, when they become 60, if 40-something shows up, they will still date and they will build relationships. And because they are more open to... Have you seen Moabudu? She's taking care of herself.
I mean, she can,
Shafi
she's
Bello.
almost 60.
Put
She's
your
almost
lighters
there now.
on. Put your
Shafi
lighters
Bello,
on.
like
Yeah.
those
Put your
are
lighters on.
babes.
Yeah.
They are not 50s.
And those kind of
they
people
are-
cannot be dating a 70, 80 kind of thing.
No.
Okay. So
Why can't they
then-
be dating a 70-year-old man?
No, they
Can I
could.
ask?
So some
For whatever
to stay-
reasons.
To stay what?
But not for
stay
all the
young.
but
They
not for
don't
all
look
the
their age.
reasons. They could for some reasons, but not for all the reasons.
I love what she said. Please finish it.
For some
which
reason.
which reasons?
Remember,
Can we allow?
there's
Can we say
Ese
this thing?
Lakure though.
No, wait,
Mariah,
wait.
want to say something?
Please, see, I want to understand what you're saying. So, older women, right, can date much older men. Why? Why do you think they can date them?
I think if you're dating a 70, 80-year-old man, companionship,
Okay.
probably he's wealthy, his kids are grown, he's going to take you all over the world and spend money. But you would not be dating him for activities
The other room.
in the other room.
I think this is the act-
I mean,
Well, you see, the other room is an important part of a woman's lifestyle to make her look younger. YK is getting it every day. I mean, she's strong. And that's why she looks the way she
show
does.
the way,
That's
show the way,
the-
show
So
the
I
way,
can't
show
now
the way.
imagine YK is 70.
I can look up.
YK still be
Show
getting
the
some. YK
way.
at 70, we used to be getting some.
She'll be getting some.
Yeah,
What?
and
Would you be getting some at 70?
Yes,
I hope so.
exactly.
You break your back.
No,
No, they
and
just
about-
adjust to
Wait,
fit.
Adjust.
and I just also want to change.
Wait, she adjusts. How you
No,
adjust?
you adjust to your
tempo.
goals.
Missionary.
Oh, you adjust.
stick to
You
one
know,
side.
you just,
I see.
you know, all those when you used to carry,
You just
we are on national TV. Children are watching.
I'm not using any
children.
word. Okay, come
Okay, yes. So, you know, when you said that women may not date older, I mean, YK is
Younger.
in a relation, will not date older.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say they
Because-
won't.
They will not date older for activities.
For different
reasons,
reasons.
yes. I'm going to say that YK is a testimony that you can be with older and get it and still look young. Do you understand?
Absolutely.
Good. But I'm thinking that we have women who are, like we said, you know, much younger, youthful women now. And the things that they will find in common with younger men, they have more in common with younger men these days.
Yeah.
So it's easy for men like that to find them attractive and women that age to also find these men attractive because they're in the gym with them, they're hanging out at the parties with them, they're wearing the same fashion, you know. So you find someone like that more attractive. So we're seeing a lot of that. Now, some surveys, I don't know how valid these surveys have shown, that the younger generation, Gen Z especially, many of them find older women attractive. So that's a thing now that is,
Yeah.
you know, they don't want to deal with the Gen Z Wahala girls, you know. They just like that old woman, the older woman. And then she now looks good these
got
days.
money
you know,
too.
And then she
She doesn't
has money.
stress
she
them
has-
financially.
Yeah.
She's
doesn't-
emotionally
she,
stable.
You know, she has fun with them. She understands the topics that they're excited about. So we are going to see a lot more of that. Now, where we'll be headed is where people will now start heading to church, where our Nigerian boys start bringing grandmas home and saying they want to get married to them. I can see so many
and our
Nigerian
parents,
mothers
yeah.
frowning at that. So this is something that we need to start looking at and accepting. We have had a conversation like this once before, and I remember Morel bound and cast that this can never happen in her family. But you know, this is something that we have to look towards. Marriages or unions like that should be, are they happy? Are they making each other happy? Are they,
Building each
are they
other.
building each other? If that's the case, then kudos. Well done.
I like the difference
the
between.
unions.
I
Any marriage, any
like to
union.
stay on that word accepting. Let me come to that because, as I think Tokwe said it earlier, that this young people now, I mean older people now, are older women. They are married to the Lord, right? And many of them do not choose
They're
to.
not
They're not
interested.
sexually active. Once they are in that phase, they're not interested. But this new generation, our own generation,
They are
even
very
those ones,
sexually
they are more.
active.
So can these women retain? Can they? I'm trying to find the right word. Can these women? This is our generation. This is our Shafi Bello kind of people. They want to remain active. Now, some of them might not be in their marriages. So this kind of people we have been looking for. They're looking for younger men.
Yeah.
And just to connect what Mariam said, can we, society, begin to accept that these kind of women will start dating and marrying young people, 30-year-olds? Can we begin to accept that as an institution on its own?
It's already
It's not happening.
it's happening in secret.
In
It's
secret.
not because society will not accept it. They're not open with those relationships.
The difference with a man marrying a younger woman is the younger woman can still give him children. Now, most parents want grandchildren.
Yeah.
Now, if you marry an
Sorry,
older woman,
Casey.
if you marry
Casey.
an older woman, she's not going to give you grandchildren. So she may not accept it because she said surrogacy. But how many? This is
accept that.
yes. How many can accept it? I'm a grandmother, so. No, I won't because I have a daughter. You know, but if it was a son and my son now brought in a 70-year-old woman,
You
that
think
But you
about
know
this is the love of his life.
Like you said,
I will
70.
now say, you mean you're not going to give me grandchildren? I'm being as honest as I possibly
Yeah.
can.
But after
But can
that,
we-
would you allow it?
What
And
if he
say,
says,
this
I
makes
had
you happy?
eggs frozen for
But
many
can we be
years
open
and
to
we
the
can
fact
do
that
that?
you can marry a young girl?
I'm not going to, I don't want to talk hypothetically because
You're not in the situation.
I'm not in the situation and I don't think I can be in the situation because I have a daughter. But I can understand a grandmother being or a potential
mother.
grandmother being upset
Yeah.
that, hey, they have just my...
Even
son.
I would
What
be
if
upset.
it's a son that has always said, I don't want a
Well,
child?
So you know, but some cases,
Well-
but the reality is that sometimes you can marry a young person. Two young people marry each other, and somehow 10 years down the line, they still couldn't have children until surrogacy.
Yes.
So those things happen. So and life shouldn't. We are redefining it little by little. I'm moderating a conference on Saturday that is about infertility. It's an infertility conference, and the topic is always about society. Our society needs to accept.
Infertility is different too.
I know, but I'm saying that some cases we're talking about grandmothers, and Mariah asked a question about accepting. But because I have boys, I want to become a grandmother. I'm looking forward to that season in my life. So obviously I want it, but I think that as a society we need to start having this kind of conversations around the fact that all children don't have to be biological to be your children, and they will still be loved and accepted in the family.
That's
and
a
if
whole
the
other
relationship would bring
subject, yes.
fulfillment
That's a
and
totally
joy,
different,
I know. If the
subject.
relationship will bring
Tope.
fulfillment, if the relationship between your partner and your child and an older person will bring your child joy, fulfillment, and purpose, building each other, it should be accepted.
Okay, let me put you on the spot. Your eldest boy or your twins, they now come to you with one 80-year-old woman. This is the love of their life.
No.
Will you say sorry?
It is.
You're even already like, no,
It
no,
is.
no, no,
It
no,
is.
no, no.
It is fine.
No, don't say 80.
Look,
We're
I have
already
seen-
saying this
I have
60s
seen- I
look.
can show you an 80-year-old woman that looks beautiful.
Yeah.
She's fine. She's fine.
Where they
Okay,
get
so
that?
I would want to be sure that my children are
Okay,
not
what
being
if she's 60?
manipulated.
Like
60.
YK.
I want to be sure my children are not being manipulated, and that's a major concern.
Yeah,
That's why
definitely.
many women are scared of their children marrying someone older because they feel this person is wise and he can manipulate them. If I am sure the relationship is going to help my child become the best, what God has supposed him to do, and it will be fulfilled,
Yeah.
I will not frown against it. Because for me, I am married in a cross-cultural marriage that is largely frowned upon within my circle when I was going to get married. So it took my parents accepting the fact that she has said she's happy with this man, even though he does not speak my language. I would let her have it. So I'm going to extend that same grace to my children, that I'll let them take their decision as long as I am sure that they are going to be happy in that place. I support them with prayers. That's the best I can do.
Okay, so going back to this issue of young women, because as I said before, a 50-year-old woman right now, she's divorced. She's leaving her marriage. And she still wants to live. Because the assumption in Nigeria is that you're 50, you have grown kids, your children are already going to university. What are you looking for? Just stay and be happy with your children. That analogy was accepted back then. But today, a 50-year-old woman wants to
Look
live.
at Kate
Wants to
Henshaw.
live.
Kate,
I
yeah,
can
wants to
actually
live.
see Kate Henshaw with a 30-something.
Exactly.
I mean,
Totally.
So things are different now.
see
So it's the accepting of the fact that, okay, are women also really ready to open up their hearts again for love?
Now that's another conversation.
And then
personal choices.
So in society, I mean, because I always say that society always kind of gives us the options.
Yeah.
But if a woman who is divorced at the age of 50 or at the age of 55 says, you know what, I would like to remarry. Or widowed, would society allow her to fall in love? Or would she even allow herself?
That's the real.
I think that's
the
the
real
bigger
I'm sure
question.
she will allow herself.
Yeah.
Like you say, Shafi Bello, she will allow herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of Nigerian women don't.
No, allow herself to be with a younger person or just
Even
Just
to
love
be
again.
with somebody.
Okay.
So for me, my whole life is about vibrancy. Is ginger, is the life is short. It's live. I was 25 and I lost both my parents. So I don't understand a life of just stand still and maybe something will happen. You know, I understand a life of, and Islam says this, you live like tomorrow is your last day, but you also live like you have 1,000 more, you know? So I would look for love, or I would be open to love. Let me not say look, I'm not particular, but I would be very, very open. I would be open to a happy, loving relationship, be it with a younger person, be with an older person. I think all these labeling also are kind of issues. Like, I want to be with somebody that makes me feel good to be in their
Whether
company,
older or younger.
that takes care of me, that respects me, that honors me, and that I can do that back. And if that person is younger or older, it's
So
what
when
it
you ask
is.
the question, the reason I asked if, you're asking specifically if it's just generally or younger men, I've actually heard from people who used to be in relationship with maybe men who are exactly their age or younger, and they say it's hard because they have to work harder at keeping the looks and keeping up, the way you are at 20 or 30 where you hang out all night and then wake up the next day and you're off to work. So there are so many activities you may be unable to, participate in because your body does not recover as quickly.
The immaturity of a younger man, they're very immature.
Yes, but then,
Superbly.
of course, we know that there are situations where they have gotten married. I mean, look at the president of France.
I was going to talk about him.
So he seems to have worked it
found
out.
it.
They have to work with. They have to do with sagging breast. You have to lose
Don't
skin.
put all of it this thing outside.
But how
now.
about
There's options.
No, but Mariah, people who are married to the same age or younger, they still
at some
see you
point they
grow
will.
older.
Hey, but
You
please,
deal
we are
with
going
the
all together. Not that me, I'm still looking fresh, and now I have a woman who's already.
No. Let's say you
has
meet.
loose
No,
skin.
let's say you meet this person in their 40s or you meet them in their 50s, and they work out and everything. They're still good, and then you love them already at that age. By the time they get to their 80s, this is the person you already love. And just for regular people and the same age, you just continue to love them.
Somebody sent me a message here.
Body doesn't make
Femi
you stop.
Oladipo says, Mariah, how do you relate to a daughter-in-law that is about your age or even older? What happens in this kind of relationship? So this is how they accept
The
it.
way that
what
my
I'm
husband
saying.
relates with my
This is
mother.
what- because
Okay, your husband relates with your mom.
Yes.
They're about. They're
So that's
similar
how
ages.
Yes.
would
But it's
relate.
accepted
Yes.
from the
Yes.
So
man.
it's the
Sons
accepting
older.
part of society
Yeah.
accepting.
But where it's different is because
He's a man.
He's
Yeah.
a man. You can still have kids. If I don't know if you even wanted kids.
Exactly,
Maybe,
because you
That's
already had
another
kids.
thing. When you marry
Younger.
an older man, he may not want kids anymore, and you want kids. I know of my age mate. He has gone to go and marry one young girl,
And he doesn't want-
and he doesn't want kids, and she has gotten pregnant, and he has
Wahala.
been lamenting, lamenting.
How would you know what gets wrong?
So I
thinking.
asked him, I said, when you go and marry a 30-year-old, what do you expect? That she
Young
will not have
viral,
children?
she's starting out her life.
Better just accept it.
Do you know this is a real thing?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not going to pretend because when I met my husband, already he had three children, and it was okay. We're going to have one, and me all my life, that's all I wanted, one child. Then we give birth to our one child, and he said, my child needs a companion.
Yeah.
And then he made me say, see, this is against our agreement. This second one, you must do this. I don't have the strength. But of course, in real life, he's doing everything a father. But at that time, there was a conversation. It was funny, but it's a real thing. So these are some of the things you would discuss if you are getting to a marriage with someone who is much older, male or female.
why
Or
so-
younger.
going back to
And that's
or
what's
younger,
beautiful.
I have a
It's
call.
the discussions, just be open and honest
Let me
with
take
each other.
Festus. Festus, thanks for calling. Hello, Festus.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Sorry, when I read the message, I
quite
just burst into
appreciate
laughter.
your topic.
Thank you, sir.
But there's no way you people can think. You only assume. You can't go how we think like men. Because all of you are women. So you can only assume we are not on the same page. So those who are doing that, marrying European grandmom, they are doing it for a purpose.
Definitely.
They are doing it for survival. But if you do that in Africa, if you are already in your 60s abroad, you are government property. So they will take care of you at old age. But in Africa, you will buy the coffee. So you don't want to go into liability relationship. Because at the end, people around you will say, what are you going to do? Don't you have eyes How can you go and marry your, you want to buy coffee?
Oh, you didn't get
You want to buy coffee?
Oh, you didn't hear what he
I
said?
didn't hear
He said in Europe, the women, once they turn 60, they're the property of the government, so they will take care of them.
Yeah.
But in Nigeria, that means you have to start taking care of buying coffee.
You're a liability relationship.
Okay, so let's not go as far as Festus, because I like to people like YK on the spot here, because there are women who have children who are in their mid-30s. So listen, let's be more real. Let's not go to the extreme of the coughing, of the diabetes, stuff like that. Let's see a 30-year-old man just got a job at NNPC, starting his life. He's 32, he's doing well, and falls in love with a 52-year-old woman who is gorgeous, looks like a potential, does her exercise. Why is there a problem? Why? So as a mother, would you accept that? Because she might not want to have children. He probably not even interested in kids right now. He's willing and accepting to adopt. He's fine with adoption. He's okay with adoption. He just wants to be with this 52-year-old woman. He's happy. How would why do Nigerian mothers, why is already sighing?
I'm 52, and the way you keep saying this 52-year-old woman, like, why would somebody not find me attractive and want to be with me for the rest of their life?
So what would you do?
But would you want to have
So my
children?
thing is, I don't want to have any more children. I have 3 beautiful children that I'm super happy and satisfied with. So again, honesty and openness. Oh boy, I don't want children. Do you want children?
No,
Because
he's
if you
fine. He will say no.
So my nephew just got
We're
married.
talking about the mother.
Excuse me, my nephew just got married. He's like my son.
Yes.
If Made, he has a beautiful
Young
20-something-year-old, beautiful girl.
Yes.
I'm very happy, and I feel like his mother-in-law. If Made had come with my age mates,
Beautiful like you.
Beautiful like
I
you.
don't care if she's even more
Beautiful,
beautiful than me.
alive, spunky.
I don't care if she's even more beautiful than me. And say this is my wife.
What if she's a
I
billionaire?
will become a Christian.
What if she's a
I'll
billionaire?
cast and bind.
What if she's a billionaire?
I would have been casting and binding now.
Even as a traditional
You would have gone to him. I will, mad. This is not going to happen.
Even as a billionaire, though.
Let me stop.
If
She has a
she's
lot
a
of money.
billionaire.
If she's a billionaire, and so therefore what?
So you're consistent. I love it.
And so therefore what? So it is my own grandson, my own son that you want. No.
He's an adult.
I'm sorry.
Okay, he's an
I apologize if I've offended anybody. I'm sorry.
He's an adult. Let's take this seriously. He's an adult.
He's an adult.
And he has said that I don't want to have children. I'm willing to adopt. And I'm fine with adoption. He's happy.
happy.
In life, it's all about happiness and joy. You can't define happiness for anybody.
That kaya mata you're talking about, I will know it exists on that day.
But what? These are realities. Right?
His father has spent all his money, has educated him, has done everything. Then you will now come with my age mates, your father's age mates.
Okay, let's do 50.
Excuse
Let-
me.
no, no,
Wait,
let me add
let him
something.
experience it and learn by himself.
Exactly.
And you can experience it out of marriage, out of
marriage.
wedlock.
Okay.
You don't have to marry
Yeah.
to experience.
That's-
In fact, I will encourage
And I agree with
it.
you a lot on that.
Yeah.
For a lot of
Wait,
reasons.
let me understand that. So you would rather him marry his age
Dates,
mates
yeah.
and then cheat with
No.
I said
No,
he
that's
has come
reality.
with his age mate, my age mate.
Yes.
That this is my girlfriend. No
not
problem.
marriage.
Okay.
The day we bring that my age mate, that this is my wife.
Okay, let's calm down. YK, let's imagine it's not your age. Let's imagine it's
I will
52
cast
years-
and bind.
Wait, would you cast and bind her? She's 52.
52-year-old.
She's 52. Would you cast and bind her?
Will you cast and bind like a kittention?
What are you casting and binding me?
Can you give him children?
We would have talked about that and he's okay with it.
Eh?
His mouth is shaking.
No, because I will just be.
Wait, don't cry. Buddy is already married. He's not
Calm down, calm down.
I'm just be like.
Like his hand is shaking.
I don't even care. It's not even about children. It's not even about
I'm the
children.
example and I'm sitting here.
You want to marry the person
Remember,
and me, I will
she's
call you
16.
auntie.
Remember, I'm the
Can I-
example
can
and
I-
I'm
Okay,
sitting
let
here.
Mariam come in.
Can I give a scenario?
1 second,
Like
please.
scenario.
Let me give you
Wait,
one.
YK, huh?
Now, this has nothing to do with Made, a random
One
boy
second.
who has just been a problem for his family, right? And this is real, actually. Problematic boy. Finally, he now gets his act together, and you are wondering
It's
why.
not in my
And
family.
he shows up with a much older woman. And that person has turned him around. And you're
Testimony time.
grateful that he's turned around, but this is the reason. And he feels he loves her so much, he wants to be in a marriage.
I love
Exactly.
it. I love it.
That is it.
Now, how do you
So
respond?
it's not about
I don't want to
children
support
only,
YK,
but
but the
money.
truth is that
It's not like I want this sport.
Okay, YK. So
Magic doesn't have problem.
I love the example.
It's not random.
Maria,
Scenario.
Because I love that example because a lot of things are happening. A lot of young boys are actually, they've derailed from their path.
values
Even the
and all of
52-year-old,
that.
the 42-year-old woman, and say,
Yeah.
you know what, I can help you get a career, get your life
Yeah.
together, and they're fine. So should we
okay.
begin to
It's
judge
growth.
I will
adults
be
for
fine.
their decisions that to make to marry
That is
somebody
to be
older
fine.
than them?
You'll be fine.
Can I throw in
not
a
my
whole
neck.
other angle?
Yes.
A lot of these young people that we're talking about, these 20s and 30s, are those children that I've said are the results of horrible, distorted marriages. Such that they're even like, we don't even want to marry.
So
Forget bringing children into this world. We're not even interested. Keep your marriage, keep your institution. We're not even interested. I've met this beautiful 52-year-old woman. And I just want to live a good life with her. Then what?
My peace. I found my peace.
I found my peace. And I know they're very
Save the
particular
name.
about that.
My peace of
My
mind.
mental health, my emotional health is good here. With this
As long
woman,
as it's
I'm
not
at
YK's
home.
I will
cousin,
just be saying,
nephew.
Auntie, thank you. It's okay. Fine peace. I will be calling you. I hope you don't mind if I call your girlfriend Auntie. Auntie, thank you.
But is there like an age limit? Can he? Is 3 years
When
older
are you
okay for
seeing
you?
him
5
again?
years older. What's the age that you?
There's no age limit. I only said my mates.
Yeah, I'm
Or a
just
bit younger
wondering.
than me. I don't care if you're
30 something.
35 and your girlfriend is 40. No problem.
Okay.
You are 25. Your girlfriend is 30. No problem. My point is,
When
10
you're
years,
old enough to
20
give
years
birth to you.
no, 30 years, 25 years. Come now.
Pastor Ito's wife was 20 years or 20-something years old. Like, yeah.
So it's
Younger.
accepted. So you see the
So
this
other way around.
world.
Yeah,
When
Maybe they
Marry
marry.
your own husband too is about 11 years. I mean,
it's 10 years, can be coming
Yeah.
down. Becoming down.
We are probably
understand.
20 years.
women.
but
But
no
you're
problem.
20 years,
We're
right?
probably
Yeah.
20 years.
You don't
From the
understand what
man
I'm
to
saying.
the woman.
You don't understand
Accepted.
what I'm saying.
Woman
I
to
get
the man,
it. We get
not
it.
accepted.
Wait, your son will soon marry.
YK, nobody has asked me. I
I'm
will
going to make
find
sure-
it very difficult to accept for my son. Nobody has asked me. I understand you very well. Oh, yes.
all you can take this show.
Hey.
It's coming down. Thank you very much. I mean, it was a
Auntie,
pleasure having
thank
you.
you so much for
Thank you
having
for
me.
coming.
Thank you so much
Please
for
come
Love
back
your
again.
energy.
I would
and
love to
vibrancy.
come back over
See
and
you
over
tomorrow.
again.
Bye for now.
Thank you so much.